All right, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CMB checking in. And guys, I wanted to give my first thoughts on Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. That fight takes place January the 31st. It's going to be at Madison Square Garden in New York. And it's for Teofimo Lopez's 140-pound Ring Magazine title and WBO title. Now, this will be the first time that Shakur Stevenson fights at 140. It will be his debut. Uh, and he's a three-division champion, if you guys didn't know. He'll be fighting, if he wins this title, of course, both of the titles, he'll be a four-division champion. Teofimo Lopez is a two-division champion, a former unified champion at 135. And like I said, he holds two titles right now, currently. Now, I watched the press conference today, and let me say, the press conference was it was kind of interesting. I really didn't know what to expect. I think both of the fighters, in my opinion, I think they really respect what each one brings to the table. Uh, Teofimo Lopez, he had a little bit of weird energy going on there, though. Let me pull it up here. He says some Diddy type stuff to Shakur Stevenson here. Let me pull it up for you guys and play it if I can get it here. Here it is.
Then I have Shakur jig him up. You know? You said you gonna do what? Jiggle my balls. What? Balls, bro. You was wild, man. How you want me doing that, bro? So Niagara Falls.
So I really don't know what that was about. It was good for a laugh. I don't know if he was really trying to get up under Shakur's skin. It didn't seem to work if that was the motive. But I think Teofimo Lopez was just trying to sell the fight. But the press conference, like I said, they seemed like they both respected each other. There wasn't a lot of tension. I think the most tension happened to be between Senior and Shakur Stevenson. I don't know what that was about. It seemed like Senior wanted to smoke more than his son did for some reason. So that was the only tension, the back and forth between those two. Teofimo Lopez just being Teofimo Lopez and acting weird. And I don't know. You just don't know with him. But like I said, he's trying to sell the fight. So I can respect that. Even though Teofimo Lopez isn't my cup of tea, some of the things he said in the past about African Americans and playing into the race stuff, I just couldn't rock with that. But anyway, regardless of that, I am glad that both of these guys decided to face one another because they're both very talented fighters. They're the best at what they do, and that's what really matters. The best fighting the best in the sport of boxing. And I want to send a shout out to Turki Al-Sheikh for making these big fights happen, man. This is all a hardcore or a real boxing fan could ask for. The best fighting the best. You know, there's nothing better than that when it comes to the sport of boxing. The best fighting the best. Now I'll say this. I think this fight is a 50-50 fight. I know some people aren't going to believe that, but I think it's a 50-50 fight. Teofimo Lopez, he's a very skilled fighter. He has power in both hands. He's very athletic. And when Teofimo Lopez is on his A game, he's hard to beat. That's something that you can't really deny, even if you don't like the guy. I don't like him as a person, but as a fighter, I'm able to put that to the side and tell the truth on things like that. Shakur Stevenson, I see Shakur Stevenson as a pure boxer, a guy who's very defensively sound, a guy who has a great jab. He's very elusive, a great counterpuncher. These guys bring a lot to the table. Has great footwork. They're highly skilled. It's going to be a chess match, and I think whoever makes the better adjustments in the fight, I think whoever has the best game plan going into the fight, that's the guy that's going to get their hands raised. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, and I'm excited for it. But anyway, just wanted to give my first thoughts on these two. This fight coming up. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. But let me know what you guys think about the press conference. You guys let me know what you think about the fight itself. Who do you have winning? Will there be a knockout? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Let me know about it in the comment section, guys. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.